Morning, dear students. This is Mr. Emil. Today we are going to revise some questions about journey to the center of the earth. This wonderful story was written by Jules Verne. Let's see some questions. And the first one is, who is telling the story? Axel is one of the characters in the story and he is also the narrator. Number 2. Who was Professor Lidenbrock? Professor Lidenbrock was a famous scientist and geologist. Number 3. Where did Lidenbrock work? Professor Lidenbrock gave lectures at the University of Hamburg in Germany. Other geologists came from all over the world to learn from him. And if we asked why other geologists came from all over the world to learn from him, the answer would be because he knew about the Earth more than any other scientist. Number 4. Who was Axel? Axel was the professor's nephew and he was also his assistant. Number 5. Why did Axel come to live with his uncle? Axel came to live with his uncle when his parents died. Number 6. Where did the professor and Axel live? They lived in the city of Hamburg in Germany. Number 7. Who was Martha? Martha was the professor's cook. Number 8. What was the book that Lidenbrock found? It was a translation of a famous Icelandic book. And also it was written by Snorri Sturlasson in the 12th century. Number 9. How old was the book? It was 600 years old. Number 10. What fell out of the book? A piece of parchment fell out of the book. Number 11. What did the professor at first think about the writing on the parchment? He thought that the writing was in runes. Number 12. What are runes? Runes are the letters of the old Icelandic alphabet. 13. Why couldn't the professor understand the parchment? He couldn't understand it for two main reasons. Number 1, the letters were mixed up, and number 2, the parchment was written in a secret code. Thirteen. Why did the professor guess that the parchment was written by the owner of the book? For two main reasons. Number 1, the book and the parchment were not written in the same handwriting. Number 2, the writing of the parchment was later than the writing of the book. 14. Why did the professor use a magnifying glass? To make the letters bigger. 15. What did the professor see when he used the magnifying glass? He saw the name Arne Sakensson. 16. Why did the professor guess that the parchment was written in Latin? Because he saw the name of Arne Sakensson written on the parchment. And Arne Sakensson was one of the scientists of the 16th century who used to write about their discoveries in Latin. 17. Who was Arne Sakensson? We have many pieces of information about Arne Sakensson. Number 1, Arne Sakensson was the owner of the book and the writer of the parchment. Number 2, he was one of the scientists of the 16th century. 3, he made great discoveries. 4, he made a dangerous journey to the center of the earth. 18. Who was Snorri Sturlasson? Snorri Sturlasson was the author of the book that Lidenbrock found. 19. What did the professor see when he used the magnifying glass? He saw the name Arne Secondson. Number 20. Why was Axel proud to be his uncle's assistant? Because his uncle was a famous scientist and geologist. 21. Why did the professor think that Sniffles was extinct? Because it hadn't erupted since 1229. 22. Why did Axel decide not to tell his uncle about the secret message? Because the professor would decide to travel to the center of the earth, and it was a dangerous journey. 23. Why did Axel tell his uncle about the secret message at last? Because he felt sorry for his uncle. Good luck, my dear students. Until we meet again, I wish you the best of luck, Mr. Emil.